The Sony A1 II is here. It just arrived yesterday. I already have the A1 from the beginning, and yeah, I must say it's my go-to camera. I always pick the A1 first for every shoot. If it's animals with a lot of action or portraits in the studio or weddings, the A1 is my go-to because it never failed me. The autofocus is great. The pictures are sharp. It never lets me down. In a large row of photos, there are never any missers. I had to get his bigger brother. Why? Well, my second camera is the A9 II. Let's say the A9 II is a beast, but comparing to my A1, I just needed more megapixels. The difference was too big. I think there are a lot of photographers who think this upgrade is a little bit overrated. And yes, I share that with you. But coming from the A9 II, for me it's a good upgrade, and my A1 just is my second camera now. I think it's a big upgrade from the A9 III because all the features are in it, and the features from the A1, which I already loved. So for me it's a good combo. There isn't any other full frame camera with a flash sync speed of 1/400. That's why I also really like this one. Sony got us a new eye cup, which blocks the sun much more, so you have a better view in the EV finder. It still has 30 frames per second. I don't need any more. For my horse photography, football, kaatsen, yes, Dutch and Frisian sports, I don't need any more frames. What I do like that the second one has is the pre-capture mode. The pre-capture mode just lets you take a picture even before you release the shutter. So if you just missed, let's say, a bird flying away and you just clicked when the bird was flying away, the pre-capture mode captures the right picture for you. You can set it up to 1 second before. And let me say, 1 second, you really want the 1 second. It's so great. Sorry Sony, but the screen on the A1, the only way you can took pictures was when you're taking a low picture looking like this. High, you can flip it up like this. But when you wanted to vlog or something else, you just couldn't do this. So when I got the Sony ZV-E1, which I'm currently filming with right now, I thought, what a miss that my A1, who was quite expensive, didn't have the flip screen. So now all the good things are combined in one, so okay, you made up for that, Sony. So now it's a vlog camera? No. I don't think it's a vlog camera, but I think it can be useful for making my self-portraits. I can see what I'm doing, and when I'm filming for, let's say, a reel, I can now see the screen much better because I can angle it. So, and if I'm shooting like this, thank you. It still has its 50 megapixel sensor, but it's much better in low light situations. It has the new AI chip in the camera, which means that if you put it on auto, the camera will notice when some things are a car, an animal, a human. But I prefer, when I'm shooting humans, put it on human and animal. But it's your choice. The auto one is very good, but I like to be in full control and not use any kind of auto things. It now has an 8.5 in-body stabilization, which I have to test it out. And I didn't get the time to test it out because it just arrived yesterday. The grip also changed. You have a more it's just the same body as the A9 III, who had a bigger, buffier grip for your fingers. Also there's another button here. So say there's a moment where you just really need to have the 30 frames per second very fast, just use the button. I have to get used to it. Let's see if it even works. Okay, so now I'm not on the highest shooting mode, let's say this one, and if I get this one, now I was. So that's a very good upgrade for when you're just making a portrait with the family, but the dog from the family just started running and you want to capture that action. You can just push the extra button and you got all the action. So I wondered why Sony didn't put a firmware upgrade on the current A1 just to get LUTs in the camera. Other models had it, but we had a flagship camera, but didn't got any good of a firmware upgrade. So still a little bit mad about it. Can you hear it in my voice? There's now active stabilization in the camera. My Sony A1 also has it. It's marvelous. So the A1 had 8K video, the two the same, but you can say it's a little bit overrated. Why? When do you need the 8K? When you need to crop in a little bit, you make a very nice video shot, but you don't have the big zoom lenses with you. You can crop and still have a nice 4K image. Photo area and an extra large photo box, and you can make your own customizable box. I don't call it a box, but you can set your own focus area, which I think is a good upgrade. Okay, Sony, for the amount I paid for this camera, I would have loved having another high-speed USB-C cable with it, but okay, I have a lot of them at home. Now I can power up my batteries with my power bank. I already had a USB-C charger, a dual charger from another brand, but now I can charge 4 at a time, so it's not as time consuming anymore. So thank you. Especially when you have 2 or 3 weddings in a row and you need to charge your batteries very quick, it comes in handy. So this was just a hands-on review, and let me get back to this one when I really tested out this camera for real.